honor to whom honor is due, as they rise up as the Vice Chancellor and Principal Officers enter the hall. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we're still remaining standing, may I request that we sing the national and the university anthems.
Oh
Please, let's have a seat. Once again, it's my pleasure to say good morning to you all and to welcome you to this summit organized by the Registry of the University of Ibadan. The theme of which is adding value for global relevance in a 21st century university, the place of the registry. The registrar took over the mantle of leadership in April, and today we are already adding value to the registrar. Please, can we give her a round of applause for this? It's now my pleasure to introduce the guests on the high table. We are all important, that is why we are here. But we are giving some people more responsibilities than the others. And this is why we have them on the high table. The high table is not for decoration, it's for additional responsibility. And it's my pleasure to introduce to this gathering the chairman of this occasion, a former pro-chancellor of the University of Ibadan, a senior advocate of Nigeria, a fellow Chartered Institute of Arbitrators. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let me put your hands together for Chief Wole Olaniyi. He is the chief executive of the university. Without him, there will probably be no registry. This is why whatever we do in the registry, he's always there to give us moral and financial support. May I present to this gathering the Vice Chancellor, Professor Abel Idowu-Olayinka. This summit is about training and retraining. It's therefore no surprise that the Deputy Vice Chancellor Academic is here with us, Professor A.A. Aderito. In the global system, to add value is to be versatile in research. This is why we have the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Strategic Partnerships here with us, Professor Olanike Adeyemo. I do not have to introduce her because she doesn't have any business not being here today. The Yorubas will say, so if we are doing ahead for her, then it is only proper that she should be here rigidly on ground. It's my pleasure to introduce to this gathering the Registrar of the University, Mrs. Olubunmi. The university bursar is unavoidably absent. But be that as it may, his seat is not empty. It's being occupied by a capable representative in the person of Mrs. Oluwafolakemi Ajayi, the acting financial controller of the College of Medicine. The university librarian is also here with us, and it's my pleasure to present Dr. Elin Komolafe Opadeji. Until she took over the mantle of leadership, she was the secretary of the College of Medicine. So College of Medicine is like a second home to the registrar. And the provost, whatever she does, the provost gives her support. So it's my pleasure to recognize the presence of the Provost of the College of Medicine, Professor O.O. Olaupa. Thank you. I have duly recognized members of the management of the university. We also have very, very important personalities on the high table, and they have added value, much value, to the registry of the University of Ibadan. The keynote speaker of today is no other person than a former registrar of this university, Chief Mojisola Ladipo, MNI. I did tell us that the College of Medicine they solidly behind the registrar. And this is why we have in our presence the first ever provost of the College of Medicine, Professor E.O. Akande, to give us moral support. We also have on the high table another former registrar of this university, Mrs. Omotayo O. She's presently the registrar of Paradise University. We also have on the high table one of our resource persons, a political scientist and public administrator, the Executive Vice Chairman of Ibadan School of Government and Public Policy, Dr. Tuji Olaupa, OON. The University of Ibadan has been building capacity not only for the Nigerian economy but also for tertiary institutions in Nigeria. So we have somebody with us who is with us but not with us, because he is the registrar of the Technical University Ibadan, but is a member of this registry, Mr. Alex Oladiji. We also have on the high table one of our speakers, a qualified electronics engineer. Is currently the Systems and Network Analyst of the Abdul Salami International Center for Theoretical Physics in Trace, Italy, Dr. Clement Onime. Dr. Onime came all the way from Italy, so please can we appreciate him better? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as I have said earlier, we have very many important dignitaries with us, but we cannot do the introduction all at once. So it's my pleasure now to invite the registrar to give her welcome address.
The chairman of today's occasion, Chief Wale Olanipekun, SAN-OFR, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Idowu Eben Olayinka, FAS, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic, Professor Adenito, the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research, Innovation and Strategic Partnership, Professor Olanike Adiyemo. The keynote speaker, Chief Mojisola Ladipo, MNI. The University Librarian, Dr. Komolafe Okwadeji. The University Bossa, ably represented by Mrs. Ajayi. The Provost of the College of Medicine, Deans of Faculties, Directors of Institutes, former registrars here present, former deputy registrars here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our facilitators, our resource persons, other distinguished guests and participants. I welcome you all yet to another epoch-making occasion in the history of the University of Ibadan, when for the first time a two-day summit is being organized by the Registry with the active support of the Vice Chancellor, other principal officers of the University, and of course, other stakeholders. Part of the rationale for this summit with the theme adding value for global relevance in a 21st century university, the place of the Registry, is to join hands together to build a synergized registry able to meet the needs of the university in the 21st century. A century that is described as that of the internet, legalistic populace, the environmentally conscious, the politically aware, and the keenly competitive. As key players, significant stakeholders in our official capacities, it is therefore a time to reflect, brainstorm, re-strategize, and chart a course, as well as set milestones for the next 5 years and beyond, for a registry of a university that is celebrating 70 years of existence. It is an honor and privilege, therefore, to welcome the chairman of this occasion, our revered former Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of Council, in the person of Chief Wole Olayepepo, who has graciously accepted to chair this occasion. You will not believe it that he flew in from the UK yesterday night, and he traveled all the way to Lagos this morning to grace this occasion with us. So you are mostly welcome. I also welcome the Vice Chancellor, Professor Idowu Ebe-Olayinka, and of course the other principal officers who accepted me to the winning team, and they have always been given their support, not only to me but also to the Registry. And your support, sir, and as well as that of your team for this summit is unprecedented. I welcome the keynote speaker, Chief Mojisola Ladipo, our mentor, I don't even know the words to use. She also accepted without complaints, even within a short notice, to be the keynote speaker. We welcome you, ma. I also seize this opportunity to welcome also another former registrar of this great university, in the person of Mrs. Omotayo Ikoto. She's another giant on whose shoulders we have climbed. We welcome you, ma. I welcome our resource persons who have volunteered to be part of this epoch-making event. They accepted to be with us here this morning without any reservations. We are deeply grateful to you and we appreciate your presence. I want to welcome also the first provost of the College of Medicine, our Baba, Emeritus Professor Oluwole Akande. He too was not around, he was away to celebrate his 80th birthday. And when he came into the country, as his usual manner, he called me and said, "My registrar, I just want to inform you that I'm back in the country." And I said, "Baba, there's a program that will be going on the 12th and 13th. I wish that you are there." And he said, "Consider it done." Sir, we really appreciate your welcome here this morning. I want to welcome all dignitaries, too numerous to mention because of our time. But I want to single out the living legends of the registry, the retired deputy registrars, those who have served this university through the registry. When I put a call to all of them, they accepted to be here. Your presence here this morning is highly significant to us. And I want to thank you all, big giants on whose shoulders we have all climbed on to see far. You are most welcome. I welcome everybody, all the deans, the directors, everybody who are friends of the registry, who have come to grace this occasion with us. I thank the Registry Expo, the deputy registrars for all their support. I welcome everyone, the UCH community, they are here to give their support. You are most welcome. I appreciate you all. You are a wonderful inclusion, and I thank God for your presence here. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me then ask, why are we here? We are here because as stakeholders, we want to find out, we want to rethink, we want to re-strategize, we want to see where we are coming from, where we are, and where we want to be. And let me start by asking, what is University of Ibadan celebrating? University of Ibadan is celebrating excellence. It's called the Center of Excellence, foremost tertiary institution, and is the first in all ramifications. And our core values, of course, is excellence, integrity, and innovation. And this explains what we stand for and enumerates the characteristics we believe are important in how we function. And if you look at some statistics of the University of Ibadan, we have one College of Medicine, 16 faculties, 110 academic departments, several administrative units. We have 48,000 plus students, including that of the distance learning. And we have a staff that keeps increasing, 5,797, and a distinguished alumni body of over 231,000 spread all over the globe. And for us to chart a new course for the registry, we must identify where we are coming from, where we are presently, and where we want to be. And if we look at where we were at the beginning, a small body of well-trained, highly disciplined professionals, analog but efficient and effective, catering for a manageable number of staff and students. At inception, we had only 3 faculties and 104 students. And where we are today, a large body of professionals with a mixed bag of knowledge and skills and questionable levels of competence and commitment, catering for an overwhelming number of staff of almost 6,000, which keeps increasing, and of course students, like I said earlier, within an unpredictable environment. Of course, we have epileptic power supply, unstable academic calendar, underfunding, and so many other challenges. An incohesive registry where team spirit is almost not there anymore. And where do we then want to be? Where do we want the registry of the 21st century to be? An ICT-driven department manned by a knowledgeable, confident, competent, committed body of professionals operating within a cohesive registry. A registry that is ready to work together. A registry that is ready to work as a team. And this takes us to the vision of the University of Ibadan, which is to be a world-class institution for academic excellence, geared towards meeting societal needs. And from this vision, I've been able to take my own vision, which is to lead a registry that sustains the existing best administrative practices and built on excellent university tradition that University of Ibadan is known for. And this will propel the registry into a future that is premised on the adoption of modern administrative protocols, that is ICT, tools that is expected of a 21st century administrator, driven by a high performance team, providing excellent, efficient, effective, timely service delivery that advances learning, teaching, and research in line with the university's strategic goals and objectives. It is therefore my desire to see a registry that is attentive, that is knowledgeable. Institutional memory is the key factor in the registry. That is understanding, that is professional, that is polite. A single "how may I help you" from a porter can change the lot of the university. It can bring goodwill to the university. I want to see a friendly university, that is a friendly registry, that is reliable, that is efficient. And this is why the mantra of this our team is continuity and change. Continuity of the best administrative practices, of excellent tradition that is known for, and of course change. And that is why we are all here, to brainstorm together and change our attitude, change our working tools. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this summit is to reposition the registry for an enhanced discharge of the primary result data of a world-class university in pursuance of its lofty goals and maintenance of the tradition of excellence. And if you look at the mission of the University of Ibadan, it is 4 points. 1, to expand the frontiers of knowledge through provision of excellent conditions for learning and research. To produce graduates who are worthy in character and learning. The registry, we are the point of where they come in, both staff and students. And we are also the point from where they exit, from admission to post-graduation. And the staff coming in from processing of their adverts to the interviews. You receive them in the establishment. And when they are exiting at retirement, we also deal with them. And for our students, it is what you put in that you get back. If they do not have fond memories when they are in the university, there's no way they can look back to give back to the system and to contribute to the transformation of the society through creativity and innovation. How do you transform a society that you do not understand? The era of the registry, just sitting at our tables and doing the work, a routine officer, is long gone. We need to reach out to the town. Community service is there. We can go around schools and give them career talks because we are in the human resource department. And also to serve as a dynamic custodian of societal sanitary values and sustain its integrity. How do you put into your custody what you do not value? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, these are issues that we are going to discuss at this summit, because it is not going to be another talk show. We must all desire to take something back home. Excellent service delivery is therefore the core function of the registry, and it is strategic to the actualization of this mission of global significance and social relevance. And this therefore takes me to the 8-point mission of this registry administration. 1, to promote greater cohesion and cooperation among staff and students. We must all come together as we are doing this morning and in the next 2 days, reason together and chart the course for ourselves. To uphold sound value system of the university, like the values have told us: integrity, excellence, innovation. To adopt an effective, all-inclusive administrative structure is an open-door administration, and that is why every cadre of the registry is well represented at this summit, so that we can take informed decisions. To develop and maintain a well-structured capacity development program. The lifeblood of any organization is the staff. So we must be ready to train and retrain and build capacity for the registry. To optimize registry operations, and that is the 21st century requirement. To be firm, disciplined, we will sanction unacceptable behaviors, and will also be seen as being fair. There will be reward for hard work. To consistently provide high-quality stakeholder-centered services, because our stakeholders are the students, the staff, the public, the alumni. And of course, to build an enduring legacy in the registry. The succession plan is very important. We will identify talents and we will put right people in the right places so that they can deliver efficiently. And if you look at what we have, is to have an e-governance, resources, capacity building, determine the skills gap, identifying the skills gap, and then train people, equip them through ICT technology, and then drive the processes through this ICT, and then the people are the stakeholders, and then we will have stakeholder satisfaction. And this can only be achieved through teamwork. Together, everybody will achieve much, and of course, quality, efficiency, and less cost in service delivery. In conclusion, by the grace of God, at the end of this summit, we want to see a registry that will be knowledgeable. We are here so that we can add to our knowledge. We will be well informed, and then we will move from the level of learners. Those three at the back, they are learners. They have challenges which they are still thinking of how to surmount. But the registry is now at the forefront, rolling the ball. From here on, we will be able to deliver our services efficiently, effectively, and of course, we will then take the University of Ibadan to where it's supposed to be. The registry will then become a veritable data warehouse, custodian of university tradition, a department to check with before moving forward, invaluable contributor to learning, teaching, and of course peaceful coexistence and excellent stakeholder satisfaction. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I see this summit moving University of Ibadan to a world-class standard to maintain a truly the first and the best university. You are all welcome. Thank you again.
She has said it all. She has given us the reasons why we are here. Please, can we appreciate the registrar once again? Thank you. I'd just like to do a few more introductions before we go on, and I'd like to recognize the presence of two members of the Governing Council of the University who are here with us. One of them is a member of the registry, so she's fully on rank. May I recognize the presence of Dr. Ikeoluwapo Muti. By the grace of God, come the 24th of this month, September, she will boldly add the title SAN to her name. She is a legal colossus, she is a legal giant in academics. May I recognize the presence of another member of the University of Ibadan Council, Professor Registry A. While the registrar was making her speech, she recognized the presence of our former deputy registrars who helped build the University of Ibadan Registry that we are all trying to sustain. May I recognize the presence of Mrs. Elizabeth Ite, a former deputy registrar at May I also recognize the presence of Mr. J.A. Adebo. And my Oga that has just retired but is not tired, Mr. V.A.A. Adebo. She has many roles in the university. She's a lecturer, she's the wife of the vice chancellor, she's the president of the UI Women's Society. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for Dr. Yumi Laika. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this is not about the University of Ibadan. We have guests from other institutions that have come to give us moral support. And we have a very powerful team from the University College Hospital. So it's my pleasure to recognize Mr. Yemi Shinobola, Director of Administration, UCH, Ibadan. Within it, Mr. Esso Oladejo, Deputy Director of Administration, Human Resources. We also have Mrs. Foluke Logun, Deputy Director of Administration of State Services. Thank you. From within UI, we have directors coming here to felicitate with us. And we also have deans of faculties. You know, there is no faculty without a registry. So it is only right that the deans will come and give us moral support to see where the faculty officers, their PRs, the ARs, the executive officers are all coming from. So it's my pleasure to recognize. I beg your pardon, I won't do it in order of seniority because I know it's the tradition of the university. But I would just like to recognize them as they have given me their names. It's my pleasure to recognize the Dean of all Deans, Dean Faculty of Arts, Professor A. Da Silva. The Dean of the Basic Medical Sciences Faculty is also here with us, Professor S.B. Olaleye. Dean of the Faculty of the Social Sciences is being represented by Professor I.P. Oyeloro. Dean of Veterinary Medicine, Professor J. O. Olopade. Dean of Renewable Natural Resources, Professor B. O. Omitoyi. And we also have with us Dean of one of the baby faculties, Faculty of Economics, Professor A. S. Sankole. Thank you very much. And then recognize the presence of directors that are here with us. We have the Director of Academic Planning, Professor Victor Okoruwa. Director of the Gender Ministry Office and Focal Person, Professor Stella O. Odebode. I'd also like to recognize the representative of the Director of the Distant Learning Center, the Deputy Director of Administration, Professor D. Okurane. And last but not the least, the Director of Audit, Mr. Henry Davidson. We also have with us the Registrar of one of our affiliated institutions there, the Federal College of Education, Oyo, Federal College of Education Special, Oyo, Mr. Joseph Arawi. We cannot do this without the backing of the security unit. So it's my pleasure to introduce to us the acting Chief Security Officer, Mr. Vinci Fadingi. The Director of Works, University of Ibadan, is also here with us. Please can you stand up for recognition, sir? Thank you very much for being part of this program. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's now time to listen to the Vice Chancellor make his remarks. The Vice Chancellor, sir.
The chairman of this Registry Summit A, body of the FCIL, so on, to mention a few. My elder brother and my senior friend. All the principal officers here present, our regard father, the chairman of the Council of Millennium University. I think I the chairman of the teaching hospital. University of Okada, yes, the pro-chancellor, and as I've been told, he has the distinction of being the served as the first provost of the college from 1980 to 1984. The registrar, the past registrars, the present and the future registrars, all the registry icons, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's really a pleasure for me to be here this morning at the second, probably 2-day registry summit that has been put together by the current registrar, who is, I think, the 10th of April. But this is about 5 months to our tenure. And I think essentially what she has shared with us this morning, I can relate to them because I've seen them when she was a candidate for the position of a registrar. And he has told me a few weeks ago that she was putting together a document to mark her first 100 days in office. And I think for her, it's essentially a race against time. Because she has a document, a vision document that she hopes to accomplish. But the reality is that she has 5 years to do that, or possibly 1 more year and no more. Adam Odek spent 12 years as a registrar. SDO 9 years. Chief Academic has spent 12 years. And the Yabedi of Badalans spent 10 years. So you can see that for the current registrar, it's really race against time. I mean, when you want to go to the office, you have a lot of years. But when you get there, you can not be exactly the same. Your vision should still be there, you remain focused and try to not to be distracted. And she did say that she's trying to build on the legacy of all the 12 individuals who have had the opportunity to serve in that capacity. And I look at one of the slides she presented, the short one was that she wants to build an enduring legacy in the legacy. I think it's really very important. And also, the event of today and the one for tomorrow is for the registry. But the truth of the matter is that the university itself works as an ecosystem. So if the registry is the best you can ever think of, and the bursary is underperforming, then it's going to be a problem. As a student of medicine, they told us that the slowest step in the reaction determines the overall rate. So even if you are going to do something and audit is a delay, or the students go to the library, they cannot access e-resources, or if you register, you don't have access to internet facilities, then it becomes a problem. So the university is a single system, but like as you mentioned by the registrar, we all know that the registry is really very central. And I think in the act of the university, the position of the registrar is not in doubt. So all of us have to work together to attain to help in achieving the vision of the University of Ibadan, which is to say that we want to be a world-class institution for academic excellence, geared towards meeting the societal needs. So for this purpose, the registry is the hub of facilitators that make the wheel of the university to run. And as the engine room in the admission of any university, the registry is essentially the bridge that provides the linkage and passage to take the university to greater heights. The university itself is established for the purpose of knowledge acquisition, transmission, and extension. And some of the issues for consideration in governance as it relates specifically to the registry are those that have to do with quality leadership of the Secretariat of Council and Senate, responsiveness to staff needs relating to the registry, accurate record keeping, including those of staff and students. Then creativity in solving the problems in the registry. There will always be challenges, but we have to be creative in solving them. Also to provide sound advice to the Vice Chancellor on administrative matters, human resource matters, antecedents of issues and information relevant for decision making. The registrar has led to the issue of institutional memory. And I think it's good that we have a former registrar who served for 10 years, Chief David Bohemian. I need to share our thoughts, and also some of the people who have served at the PG school at the college like Mrs. Ete. I mean, they can share their ideas with you, and you can also discuss on the case history. How was it during their own time as they were able to report their successes? Then also to apply modern methods in registry operations. We need to leverage more on IT and have a paperless register as much as possible. I think we're already doing this one with, in respect of the Senate. Because the Senate is extra large, almost 500 members. So we now deal less with paper. Most of the agenda papers are forwarded to our email. Then we have to provide good example followed by our subordinates as leaders. So I will just, because my own is just to give welcome remarks, and I noticed that the program I was assigned 10 minutes, just like the registrar, but the registrar took more than 10 minutes. So the relevance of the university registry in its performance within an environment that is uniquely devoted to academics and other related matters. And the records that we are keeping and the scope of the activities of the registry to facilitate the generation, impartition, and application of knowledge, just keeping with the fundamental civil university itself is established. As we all know, the registrar is the head of the registry and the chief administrative officer who is responsible to the vice chancellor for the day-to-day administration of the university, except as regards matters within which the officer is responsible in accordance with Section 60 of the University Miscellaneous Provision Act of 1993 as amended. The public that we attend to, they see our institution within which this registry operates as spaces unlike no other in terms of diligence and discipline, be an arbiter and therefore expect excellence. And also, because of IT now, there are so many challenges. Even at times outside the country, it's very possible from the third hour that there is no power supply to the hour. So you cannot ignore it. You have to just find a way of responding, or you ask him to contact the hall master or the assistant model. The registrar is by virtue of his or her office the secretary to council, senate, foundation, and convocation. I mean, your employment letter is signed by the registry staff. He or she keeps the university's seal, the symbol of authority of the university, and affixes this to official documents of vice chancellor and council, as the case may be. The third schedule of the Federal Universities of Technology, which came after the University of the Act of 1962, specifically provides for the appointment by council of administrative and professional staff to facilitate university objectives. I think about 2 weeks ago at the University, where for a committee of the Committee of Vice Chancellors, Mr. Yoko also presented a paper here. And I'm happy that it's one of the facilitators here. He alluded to some of the issues that have to do with the changing role of the registry. And I think all of us will benefit from this. Quite a number of things are changing the university, but I will not detail you with the details. And all of us are familiar with what is happening here. So I just implore the leaders in the registry to work as much as possible to improve their leadership skills. They need to become good leaders. Leaders want you to win. So leaders take on challenges instead of waiting for assignments. As leaders, we have to bridge organizations and help managers understand their functions. Leaders study the organization and contribute beyond their role by developing managers. As leaders, we are trying to be visionary. Leaders are visionary, they are strategic, setting the forward direction of the institution. A leader's charisma lights a fire in people to perform, while on the other hand, managers are tactical. They run the day-to-day operations of the institution. As leaders, we have to be 1-minute managers. We don't have to micromanage. Instead, we have to inspire people. Managers come from a command and control perspective. They need to tell others what to do and how it should be done. They micromanage. A leader creates a path forward with people using curiosity to hear ideas from their perspective. And I think in the last 4 or 5 months that I've been with the current registrar is that whatever we do, she has very good, a very high regard for staff of the registry. She's always telling me that our people are very good. And I think it's really very important. Knowing full well that you cannot do it alone. As leaders, you have to ask why instead of how. A manager is a realist. They are managing and maintaining performance. Whereas a leader as a visionary will challenge the status quo and innovate. Managers excel in the now of process planning and execution. While as leaders, we have to focus on impact, motivation, and the future. The transition happens within a mindset shift. Leaders ask their teams why instead of how. As leaders, we have to guide others towards an outcome. So you need a vision of what you want your department or your section to achieve. Managers are responsible for controlling all the parts of an organization. As a leader, you are someone who guides others to destination by going in front of or beside them. While managers make sure everyone fulfills their roles, leaders look for leadership potential in others to achieve a vision. I think that we had a program that last week we were looking for who was going to open the registration of Tubashu, and the register said we should ask Mr. Mufolu that we need to also encourage him, and he did marvelously well. As a very sweet examiner, we were being medical personnel. Managers train, and leaders like Mrs. Fadu, they develop. Managers train people on what to do and how to do it, building competency and specific skills for a particular role of function. As leaders, we develop our people personally, professionally, and through continued learning, expanding knowledge for long-term growth and advancement. As leaders, we need to focus more on long-term results. The leader's actions primarily move the institution towards the bigger picture and longer-term results and customer satisfaction. What our students now see themselves as our customers. Managers are more about day-to-day wins. One way to make this transition is to be clear on how to measure your success. Leaders often measure their success in terms of many months, a year, or even longer. Whereas managers have short-term results that they are answerable for achieving. As leaders, we have to lead, while managers will follow. You can lead from out in front, from beside, or even from behind. A leader can even report to a manager if they are leading a team or institution somewhere new. A leader leads, a manager follows. Both roles are important. To transform from manager to leader, you have to have a clear vision of what future needs, what the future should look like. Then you have to have people's willingness to follow you then. Leaders have courage to face what others fear. As leaders, we must have the courage to see and say what others fear, to stand in the center of the fire. Sit with the discomfort of doing hard things. You have to take very hard decisions at times and live with the power that comes from both failure and success. When success depends on every decision and the ripple each makes throughout an organization, recognizing your relationship with risk is a good place to start elevating your leadership. Then finally, as leaders, we continuously have to challenge the status quo. It's not just enough to say that this is the way we have been doing it since the time of Melan. During the time of Melan, I'm sure we were using manual typewriter and cyclostyle machines. Now everyone is using laptops or iPad. As a leader, you have to challenge the status quo while the manager accepts it. It is the job of a leader to guide and encourage his or her followers through difficult times, while management tells their employees what to do. As leaders, you have to set the direction, take risks, have vision, think long-term, and inspire trust. Transitioning to leadership requires a huge mindset shift and stepping into your personal leadership vision. So I thank you for your kind attention.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let's appreciate the Vice Chancellor. Thank you very much. While I was recognizing the Director of Works, his name is Sapa Lori. So now I just collected it. He is Engineer Olufemi Adetolu. Thank you. We also have some other directors in our midst. The Acting Director of Items, Mrs. Abiodun Alao. The Director of the Center for Social Orientation and a former member of the Governing Council of this university, Dr. Gani Adeniran. We also have the Director of SADICOM, Professor J.A. Woods in our midst. Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you will all agree with me that our chairman of today is a very big catch. He is a distinguished philanthropist. The Faculty of Law at the University of Ibadan can bear testimony to that, if not anywhere else. And I know that the University of Ibadan, Flood Disaster Committee, also benefited from his philanthropy He is a legal luminary with exemplary intellectualism in law and governance. He is the former president of the Nigerian Bar Association, member, body of benchers, and former pro-chancellor and chairman, University of Ibadan Governing Council, and is currently a pro-chancellor at Ajayi Crowther University, Oyo. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Chief Wole Olanipekun as he makes his chairman speech.
May I humbly recognize the host of all the hosts and hostesses, the Vice Chancellor, Professor Abel Olayinka. Since you have decided of recently to be adding Abel, because we all knew you from school as a little Idowu, but Abel now, I don't know what you are up to. Because whenever people in Nigeria start adding Christian names, midday or Muslim names, Idowula Maesi. But Abel, my dear Prof, I pay my respect. I want to adopt all the protocols because of time. But I cannot do without recognizing my one, Professor Akande, Ajindiara Majefuni. I don't have any prepared speech to read as such. Let me open up that I have been conscripted to come here this morning to chair this summit, and I accepted the conscription voluntarily. Between 2009 and now, I've been fortunate enough to learn under the gamaliels of university administrators. First as the pro-chancellor of this great university between 2009 and 2013, and now as the pro-chancellor of our own mission university, Ajayi Crowther University. In the process, I've gone through the tutelage of each of the registrars that I've worked with. First here, Omotayo Ikotun, then Jimmy Olukoya. And over there at Oyo, Josephine Oyebanji, and presently Adenike Fatodu. Out of the four of them, three are women. I could appear as if the women are taking over. And as a lawyer, let me see when you are called to the inner bar on 24th of this month, God willing, you will join me. Let us make a proposal for such character when it comes to appointments to registries of our universities. Such character, not federal character. Women are taking over. Now, for me, the registry of the university is the heartbeat of the institution. Without the registry, you can't have the academics. Without the registry, you can't have the bursary. You can't have the library. You can't have the professors. You can't have the students. The registry plays a very key role, vital. It's the umbilical cord that binds every other department, every other organ of the university together. And I want to thank God for this university that has produced so many icons in terms of administrators. And any lawyer who wants to know anything about what a university registry stands for, or the importance of a university registrar in the school, in the law school, or even in the university, you must read the case of Adam Alekmo against the University of Ibadan. If you are talking of UI, And then we are talking of Unilag, we talk of Etoroku against the University of Lagos. There, the Supreme Court in each of the cases went down in memory lane in details. What does it mean to have a university registry? The importance of the registrar, the dominant effect he occupies in a university. One is not surprised about what our registrar is doing. And let me make a confession. I am prejudiced, talking after the registrar. And I see myself as one of the spies sent by Joshua in the Holy Writ to go and spy the promised land. They came back, and some of them, again most of them, saying that, oh, we saw them. They were giants. We are just like midgets. I'm just like a midget. I haven't been called upon to speak after the registrar. I don't know what to say. She's blown all the grammar. But let me say this. I'm not surprised. We stand for her. And that's the duty of a leader. You must be able to identify budding talents. You must be able to see beyond the ordinary. You must be able to use your inner microscope. If you are an elder, if you are a leader, and you don't see the ingredients, you don't see the content, the qualitative content of any budding person under you, then you are not a good leader. And what do I say? What do I mean? Fortunately, as the pro-chancellor of this university, I doubled as the chairman of the College of Medicine over there, the Court of Governors. In the process, we searched for her, we looked for her, we identified her, and appointed her as deputy registrar, we call it secretary of the College of Medicine. She changed the entire place. And as God will have it, she's now the registrar of this university. And we are seeing changes. May God help you. Amen. May God aid you. Amen. May God enhance you. Amen. We'll give you all our support. Take it for granted. We owe you. You don't owe us. And when I say that we owe you, we owe our nation. We are here not because of you per se, but because of our nation. And because of education. I, for one, am what I am today by the grace of God. And by the grace that He has given me to acquire some education. Education sets the captive free. Education lightens the tunnels, the dark tunnels of our country, of the entire world. Education makes you to be a front seater. It promotes you. It catapults you. But what is our country doing about education? Nigeria is paying lip service to education. And here we are talking about the summit, adding value for global relevance in a 21st century university, the place of the registry. The registry cannot exist in a vacuum. The registry itself is a continuum within a continuum. You cannot play handle without the Prince of Denmark. Sorry, Professor Da Silva, I'm coming to your area. Pardon me. Apologies to you. How do you say you make it longer without air? You talk of money. We have to fund universities. We have to fund education. It has to be deliberate. It's a UN mandate. But Nigeria is paying this service to it. And you in the University of Ibadan, they are undoubtedly the best of the best. But then, again, we go to the Holy Writ. Don't let us be like midgets. Are we giants among midgets? No. When we were young, over there in the University of Lagos, we were coming here, going to UNN, going to ABU. I was unfortunate to be a senior union leader, but then with no regrets. Then, every country in the world, particularly within the Commonwealth, they were sending students to Nigeria. At Unilag, not less than 30. UI, not less than 40. Exchange programs, do we have that now? The ranking of Nigerian universities, yet we have UI coming first, followed by UNN, followed by our university, University of Lagos, and fourth, Obafemi Awolowo University. That's the latest of the ranking. But when we now go globally, according to the 2018 ranking, if you know, please go and check the web of universities' webometrics. University of Ibadan, the UNN, Obafemi Awolowo, and Unilag. In that order, respectively, University of Ibadan, globally, 1076. Then you have the UNN, 2187. IFE, 2230. And Unilag, 2230, IFE. Obafemi Awolowo, 2672. What are we talking about? It's part of what this summit should address. Come up with a community and let the powers that be appreciate, let them wake up. We must fund education. The Sunday Vanguard of a newspaper of 8th April 2018, it found that front page headline, education gets a paltry 3.9 trillion out of 55.19 trillion in 10 years. And I want to read what the newspaper said. Indeed, the federal government allocation to the education in the last 10 years has been out of a budget of 45 trillion, only 3 trillion or 7% was allocated to education. Where are we heading for? If we don't fund education, then we are doing injustice. We are national anthem. We are talking of peace and justice. You can only have peace and justice when you give people education. And then, to us who are putting on the gown, let us relate to the time, what is happening in our land. We are all here. The summit, I hope we will come to address it. I made mention of this at the 22nd convocation lecture, which I delivered at the Ekiti State University some time ago. What is the salary of a professor, of a senior lecturer, of a registrar of a university? Just composing it with what a local government chairman earns. Let me just refresh our minds, our memories. A professor in a given university, I don't know what the vice chancellor gets as VC, maybe allowances here and there, or total, maybe about 4 million per annum. But a professor is 3,859,000. And a little government chairman is paid 13,865,000. No wonder you now have professors who are digging it out. Pardon my language. Please pardon me. Digging it out to become local government chairman or local government councillor. A councillor is paid 12,746,000. A member of the House of Representatives is paid 35,932,000. A senator goes home with 36,677,000. That's the ones we know. We don't know the practices. We don't know the incidentals. We have to address this. The word of God says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. But you can only acquire knowledge if you fund knowledge. I hope I'm not taking too much of your time. How do we, you are saying you want adding values for global relevance, in a 21st century university. Surely, UI is a 21st century university. Ever I would dare say that UI is a university for all times, if the Lord tarries. We are happy and we are so lucky to have as keynote speaker a lady of ladies, a sumptuous, an intellectual. In law profession, we don't have ladies. We call ourselves gentlemen. But she's a lady of ladies, a lady of the highest order, our sister. I know she will do justice to it. I don't want to preempt her, and I don't want to preempt anybody. I want to appreciate you for inviting me to come and share this summit. It's my pleasure being here, and by virtue of the powers vested in me, I declare this summit open.
Ladies and gentlemen, it deserves a standing ovation. Thank you very much, sir. I love summits, workshops, conferences, because it's an opportunity for the old and the new to meet and mingle. We all saw her and could not help but notice her coming. The head is completely white. It is a sign of old age that she's old and she has weathered many storms of life. And it's an opportunity for us, the young ones that are coming behind, to meet with the legends of the Registry of the University of Ibadan. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for Mama Mrs. Rachel Adeboye. She retired as a deputy registrar years and years ago. Thank you very much.